feel that? That's not lust, baby. That's alignment and a little bit of lavender oil. Oh, she don't chase, she conjures, speaks in stars, walks in thunder, got moonlight in her bones, burning sage while she moans. She got oils on her dress, truth in her tongue. A yes is a blessing and no makes you run. She don't sugarcoat spells, don't whisper soft lies. She'll read you to filth and kiss between sighs. I counsel on the line while you beg for a sign. She's already 3 dreams deep, sipping tea made of time. She got that high priestess trip, that so much kiss, that full moon flicker the wrist. She don't fake, don't flinch, she divine and rich. That blended healing itch you can't quit. She got that high priestess drip, yeah, that root work twist, that truth here right in your chest. She don't bend, don't beg, she just...
Grand Rising. Do you know that it's cuffing season right now? You're going to pass up a luxury cruise for a person that's a tugboat style type of person. Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's really talk about it. I want to say thank you to Ms. Partyline for the support and for actually giving me this epiphany so I could talk about it today. Because cuffing season is here right now. Right now. And that's when people start getting amnesia. You know what I mean? Weather drops, the nights get longer, and suddenly comfort looks like a commitment. And that's when people start confusing availability with value. You see a luxury cruise of a person, somebody who's steady, self-aware, brings warmth, laughs easy, and knows how to plan a route and still reach. And you still reach for the tugboat because it's familiar, loud, pulling at those old habits and things that you're used to. You know what that is. You know what they about, but you still think that it's going to change. You see, tugboats are built for short hauls and emergencies. They push, they pull, they strain. They can feel intense. It makes you feel needed. But that intensity isn't the same as care. It's not. And being needed isn't the same as being chosen. You see, a cruise knows where it's going. It's not rushing. It already knows that it's useful. It offers room for you to breathe. And some people get uneasy there because they're used to having the bullshit going around and doing the talking. When peace shows up, they start poking at it, looking for the problems, asking, why is this so damn easy? Easy sometimes means it's grown. Cuffing season, right, exposes patterns. Who you run to when it gets cold, who you let warm your space, who you mistake depth for because they trigger something old. The tugboat pulls you back into the work zone. The cruise invites you to rest and build, and that's a big difference between the two. So the question isn't who wants me right now, it's who adds to my life without draining it. Not who's familiar, but who feels sustainable. Because winter is going to end, baby, and it always does. And when it does, you don't want to realize you spent months convincing yourself that a rough ride, depending upon what kind of ride you're looking for, was romance. When a smoother passage was right there all the time, waiting for you to step aboard. Welcome to Blended Healing. Welcome to Blended Healing. We here today. Thank you, Ms. Partyline. I appreciate you. I really, really do. Alicia Dion, thank you for coming, sister. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We're also over here live streaming to Twitch. So please pop on over to my Twitch and subscribe. Pancake, I have no idea what that means. 67. All right. Okay. Cool. Goddess D of Love, salute, sister. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Yo, what's up, self-made? Grand rising to you. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm just saying, man. We don't necessarily have to be in this situation when it's cuffing season. Be real clear. Because what you think may be the best fit for you. Probably not. So choose wisely. I'll be right back after this.
Days away, spell in the steam, peace in the flame. I call my power, speak my name. Sacred glow, I feel divine. Every drop's a blessing by design. Soap so rich, spray so clean, burning candles while I live my dream. Crystal charged, my spirit's high, anointed oil, now watch me rise. Not just a scent, it's essential. I stay tapped in with Jamaica essentials. Oils crafted by moonlight's kiss. Protection in
Listen, I'm a woman. I just have a deep voice. Is that okay with you? But that's neither here or there. I can't even worry about all of that. I got a song for you I'll play for you later. Listen, here's the thing. So, because cuffing season also will show you how fast people settle when they're afraid of being alone with themselves. The cold comes and then suddenly people start making excuses for things that they already said that they were done with. And stuff like that, they outgrow. They outgrew it already back in the summertime. So now it starts looking acceptable again. I'm just asking. Just because the nights are long and the house is quiet, that tugboat energy knows how and does know how to call you back in, especially when you're tired and you're bored, right? It knows how to pull on the memories and the shared history, unfinished conversations. And because you already know how to deal with it, it feels easier than learning how to receive something different. Salute to you, big brother. Bump Capone is in the house. Salute to you. Some people don't choose the tugboat because they want it. They choose it because they don't believe that they deserve the cruise without earning it first. So let's talk about it. They're more comfortable working for affection than being met with it. More comfortable fixing than receiving, being relied on than being considered. A luxury cruise of a person will expose that shit real fast because they're not asking you to prove anything. They're not creating problems just so you feel needed. They're a steady type of people. And that steadiness is going to scare someone who's used to having movement around them and being mistaken for meaning. So they start questioning it, slowing it down, telling themselves it's missing something. But what's really missing is the bullshit they learn to confuse with chemistry. And this isn't about calling anybody bad. Tugboats have a purpose too. You know, they got a purpose. Know what I mean? They aren't just meant to be lived on. They're not building anything for the long journey. Nothing at all. They were built to assist, to pull, to push, to help somebody else move. And that's not the same as having a partnership. Cuffing seasons acts as a real question, whether people want to admit it or not. Are you choosing warmth or are you choosing something familiar? Point blank, period. Are you choosing peace or are you choosing what you already know how to survive? Are you choosing something that's going to add some value to your life or someone who keeps you busy enough not to notice what's missing? Because when spring comes around, baby, and it will, you're going to feel something different. For real, for real. The excuses that you were getting the whole time aren't going to land the same. That patient isn't going to stretch that far. And when people realize they cuffed out of convenience instead of intention, by then the cruise ship already sailed, baby. You done missed the boat. I want you to think about this for a second. Cuffing season also shows you how people confuse intention with intention. Somebody showing up doesn't automatically mean that they're showing up for you. And they're just trying to stay warm. Sometimes you're just the nearest open door. Real talk. And when you're used to being that steady one, the fixer, the one who holds it all together, it's easy to let that slide. You tell yourself that they are consistent right now. At least they're there, right? At least they're calling. But consistency without direction still runs you in circles. Baby, being present without purpose is going to wear you down real slow. Is it worth it? The tugboat will always need something, always pulling, always tugging, always creating a situation where you have to show up bigger, stronger, and more patient. And for a while, that can feel like importance. It can make you feel like you matter, but What it really is responsibility disguised as romance. A cruise doesn't ask you to save it. It doesn't ask that. It moves forward whether you're watching or not. All it asks is that you step on board and be yourself. And there's always a sense of hesitation because being yourself without struggle attached to it makes it feel exposed. There's no role to hide behind, no crisis, just being present, just mutual effort, just ease. And that's uncomfortable for someone who learned love through effort, sacrifice, and staying longer than they should have. Peace feels unfamiliar. So cuffing season becomes a mirror. It shows you whether you're choosing connection or distraction, growth or repetition, moving forward or dragging something old back instead because it knows your name. This is not about judging, no harm, no foul, no judgment zone here. What this is about is awareness. And what you choose now sets the tone for what you're going to tolerate later. And winter choices have spring consequences. So before you lock into anything, before you call it something that it hasn't earned, before you convince yourself this is enough, just because it's warm, ask yourself one thing. Am I boarding something that's going somewhere? Or am I just helping something else move while I stay right there where I've been? You feel me? All right. We'll be right back after this.
Soul shining underneath the moon. No race, no rival, just love we know. COC moving in a sacred flow. Every breath, every touch, every sound lifts us higher when the love comes around. That's how we grow. No fear, no pressure, just truth we show. Love is the rhythm in the flow. Soft words spoken, healing.
I'm not keeping you long today. I just want to pop in and talk about that. Like I said, thank you, Miss Partyline, for that wonderful wisdom, because that's exactly what it is, wisdom. So the collective message today from Spirit right now is simple and it's very, very firm. Stop mistaking access for assignment. Just because someone can reach you, sit with you, talk with you, touch you, doesn't mean that they're meant to stay in your space. Because access is easy, baby. Being aligned is not. And a lot of y'all have been leaving the door open out of habit and not trusting your discernment. Spirit is pointing to the energy leakage, just pouring all out everywhere. What is that? That's the place where you start explaining yourself too much, waiting on the follow through that keeps showing up with limitations, making room for people who only show up when it benefits them emotionally, whether it's seasonal or convenient. That's not partnership energy. That's proximity energy. Spirit also speaks on timing. Some connections go away very slow and very quiet, and they don't have to blow up. They don't end all dramatic. They just stop fitting. And Spirit says, stop trying to stretch something that already told you what it can and cannot be. And stretching yourself doesn't, oh Lord, stretching yourself doesn't make it grow. For some of y'all, the lesson is about receiving without guilt. You've been taught a lot of things, but Spirit can correct a lot of that. The divine can correct all things. Anything meant to support you won't require you to brace for yourself. Brace for it. You know what I mean? No. The message is also about honesty. Not with them, but with yourself. There's something you already know. And you've been putting cushions all around it because you don't know if it's going to knock you off your feet once you act on it. Spirit has been delaying things for you because it wants peace for you. It wants you to see things fully and clear. This season right now is going to teach you who drains you, who gets access to you, who keeps pulling you back into old roles. You're being asked to choose with awareness. Awareness of things you already know to be true. You don't want anything that costs you your peace or your balance. Sometimes you have to let go and allow the divine to take over without continuing to make yourself smaller than what you truly are. Because you're a giant, baby. And with that comes discernment. 2026, it's approaching. You're in cuffing season now. I hope you like what you chose. Like for real. Because why pass up a luxury cruise for a tugboat? Ashe and gratitude to you, Miss Partyline, for the wisdom, inspiration, as well as strength. That's it. That's all. I'm done. I'm out of here. So be well, stay safe. Ashe and deep bow to each and every one of you. And I'll see you on these streets real soon. All right. Alicia Dion. Since we had them in here, why don't you take us out on that? All right? All right. I'm out of here.
You mad? Oh, boy, shut up. If respect ain't given, then respect ain't taken, ho. Now let me tell you something. Yeah. You ain't never had a woman who could cut this deep. I'm the karma that you dodged, now I'm back on beat. You the type to talk tough, then cry in the sheets. I'm the type to get bored and delete, then retreat. You a goofy, a dub, but try again later. I'm the big boss bitch, little boy, I'm no waiter. Cause I serve you, curve you, drop you like a habit, then laugh when you spiral. Tragic, ain't it? You thought I was a rookie, nah, baby, I'm seasoned. You thought you had on me leaving. You ain't bring no value, not even break even. Boy, I hurt your feelings anyway. Even if the song ain't about you today. If the shoe feel wet, don't care what you say. Your ego fragile as hell and I'm breaking it. Hurt your feelings anyway. Hurt your feelings anyway. Hurt your feelings anyway. Cry in the car, ho. Nah, don't wipe them tears, baby. Let them fall. You wanted a regular bitch, you got a wrecking ball. You wanted control, but had none at all. Now you wanna be honest, boy, shut up, recall. You thought you had leverage, nah, boy, that's none. You thought I was replaceable, name one. You tried to play chess, but your ass played checkers. With bounce house energy and Dollar Tree effort. I'm a whole damn problem you can't diagnose. I'm the lesson you learn when you did the most. Anybody feel hit? Well, baby, that's growth. If the verse don't fit you, why you flinching the most? Boy, I hurt your feelings anyway. Even if the song ain't about you today. If the shoe fit wet, don't care what you say. You felt it in your spirit and I said it anyway. Hurt your feelings anyway. Hurt your feelings anyway. Hurt your feelings anyway. Cry in the car. Are you mad?